Thank you very much. We will now turn to our list of speakers for non-governmental organizations. I give the floor to the distinguished representative of Sikh Human Rights Group.
Thank you, Mr. President. Sikh Human Rights Group continues to be concerned at the denial of ethnic identity of Sikhs in France. By insisting on imposing its own definition of Sikhs upon the Sikh people, France is still pursuing an inflexible 17th century colonial attitude of denying people the respect and dignity of self-definition. France insists on defining the turban of the Sikhs as an ostentatious sign of religion under laicity law, in the way it understands the violence of its own dominant religion in its history. We request France not to judge the rest of the world through its own traumatic experiences. France singularly fails to appreciate that the Indian concept of Dharam is not the same as the Abrahamic idea of proselytizing religion. More importantly, Dharam and ethnicity are intricately related in many peoples originating from the South Asia, in this case the Sikhs. It is a form of racism to deny Sikhs the dignity of wearing the turban. This was appreciated in the UK in a legal ruling in 1983 with eloquent admission that race cannot be seen through the single prism of color and physical features. Indeed, this was one of the great advances of the Durban World Conference Against Racism in 2001. We wish to remind France of the agreement to paragraph 67 of the Wakar Conference introduced for Sikhs, which states, "We recognize that members of certain groups with a distinct cultural identity face barriers arising from a complex interplay of ethnic, religious and other factors, as well as their traditions and customs, and call upon states to ensure that measures, policies and programs aimed at eradicating racism, racial discrimination, xenophobia and related intolerances address the barriers that this interplay of factors creates." We also reiterate our suggestion to the Office of High Commission for Human Rights to consider work on a convention on diversity to best reflect the natural diversity of race, culture and peoples in the world. This will assist countries to reduce racism from an positive approach to diversity than a negative one of battling for rights. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I give the floor to the distinguished representative of Arab Commission for Human Rights.